Okay, while you're gone, I set up the equipment to make the biscuits. I'm going to use a food processor. You could actually do this by hand. It'll take you a little bit longer to do it. But I've got flour here, 1 cup of flour. Baking powder, we're going to use 1.5 teaspoons. 3 tablespoons of shortening. I use an all vegetable shortening, with my wife being a vegetarian obviously, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 cup of milk. Now, in using the food processor, I just used a regular cutting blade. You'll see it's got these holes in the top that actually go all the way through. So what I do, because I can never get this to go in right, is I will cover these little holes here with aluminum foil. You could use anything you want, and that makes it easier to just dump the flour in, and then I don't need to worry about making sure I get this in right. So that's a cup of flour. I can take this aluminum foil off. We'll add in our 3 tablespoons of shortening. So shortening is a little bit difficult to measure, so I've got a little spoon here to help with that. So that's about 1 tablespoon right there. I'll just put that right in. And what I'm going to do here is, like I said, since I want this to be ready for dinner, and it is well before dinner time here right now, is I'm going to put all the dry goods together, put the milk back in the refrigerator, and then wait just until dinner is ready, and then mix this all together, make the biscuits. I'll show you then what the biscuits look like and how to put them into the cobbler. Now you can use any biscuit recipe you want. You don't need to use this one. And sometimes what I like to do too is on some of the cobblers use only 1/2 cup of flour and use 1/2 cup of cornmeal in order to make kind of more cornbready kind of biscuits. So there's the shortening in there. We'll use 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, not soda. I always get confused between the two. The baking powder has this nice little ledge there to make it easy for you to scrape it down to get the exact measurement there. So that's very nice. Put that in. One thing you want to do when you use your baking powder is you want to stir it all up to make sure that you get all the baking powder all mixed up, because baking powder can get a little bit old and you don't want that to happen. See, I got it all over me. And then put in the salt. Make sure that's down in there. I'll put the top on. But that's all we're going to do right now. Like I said, until dinner's ready, and then we'll put the milk in. So the milk's going to go back in the refrigerator. When the apples cool, they're going to go into the refrigerator for a little bit too. Make sure nothing happens to them. And we'll be back to put it all together for you in a little bit.